Good morning. Welcome. I'm Paul. Those that have been around know that's my 1985 Honda CRX powered by a Subaru EJ205 WRX engine and transmission that I converted to a transaxle. Playlist is up there if you want to get all caught up. Today, though, we're working on the exhaust. Let's show you what we got. So here's the current setup. This is just the factory downpipe off this engine. This is how they come when you get them out of a junkyard. They just cut them. So we don't have much of a run we need to make. We do need to go from the turbo, though, kind of down through here and then back out. And since we are running an external wastegate, we don't have to worry about any kind of divorced downpipe or bell mouth or anything like that. We can just run that flat plate and just attach the 3-inch tube directly to it. As far as materials list goes, it's pretty short. I have this J-bend that I picked up from Summit. I have a bunch of flanges and different things that I've just saved over the years, a bunch of 3-inch stuff. And then I also have this extension of 3-inch exhaust tubing that's currently holding up my hood. Don't judge me. So first step is cutting things apart. So we'll take our gasket and we'll put it on the outside. This way we know the physical constraints of our sealing surface. This ridge, you can see that. That ridge is what the gasket actually seals against. So we're gonna have to oval the end of this so that it fits inside here. Grab your gasket. Keep checking it. There you go. Now she fits. So I'm thinking we just cut that 180 in half to make the 90. Start there, and we'll just see where that takes us. I think the 90 will be tight enough to get us down, and then the other 90 to come down through here to make that transition, but we'll make that cut and go from there. All right. Wow. I'm not even going to pretend like that's skill. That is pure luck. I think we need to clock it a little bit. So the exit comes over right away. Somewhere in here looks good. I'm going to, let's say like right here. Since my mark is right before where it straightens out, I mean, kind of see, you can tell where the mandrel stopped, like right here. Can you see that? There's like the streaks and then they stop, like right here. I'm gonna cut it right there. Now, yes, it looked like that was gonna be a good spot. I'm just hoping I can get away with doing this and not have to worry about cutting it perfectly on the angle, because if you cut the angle not completely straight, you'll end up with an oval tube, and we definitely don't want that. So we're going for easy today, and I'm just going to cut it right after this this mandrel mark, and hopefully it works out. Did it work? Line our lines back up. I do need to, this is not quite perfect yet, from making it into a circle again. We are going to have to mess with that. The tube is here. Ooh, it's close. Yeah. All right. come down, actually, where the tank is. Can we get it out? Alright. So I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. This doesn't fit how I wanted it to. I think... I don't know. It's not going back to round. You know, we ovaled this side out, obviously. And this side is just not going back to round the way I thought it would. Like, it's like 90% round, but then this one part like flares out, and every time I squeeze it, it just ends up distorting one of the other sides. I don't know. I'm going to kind of mess with it. I'm just basically going to weld a bead around the side until this one side that's not cooperating, and then we'll try to finesse that into that. This other seam is perfect. So I'm going to TIG this. We'll do this first, and then I'll start working on cleaning this up, and then we'll burn in the downpipe on the flange itself, and should be good from there. And in case you're wondering, this is just regular steel. It's nothing. It's not stainless or anything like that. We are going super cheap on this. So no, we're not going to get any cool color effects when I weld. Good job, man.
I have the same torch, but it's smaller.
That's called filler rod.
Yeah.
The other thing will be the torch. Yeah, you're welding some steel?
Yeah.
All right.
I melted some steel.
Nice.
Now.
All right, so that's one bead done, and now we're on to this one. Like I said, I'm going to run a bead around the part that fits well, and then the part that doesn't fit well, we're going to try to manipulate into shape. So we'll start with this guy right here. This is a good fitment, and we'll kind of go from there. What are you doing? This is going much worse than I anticipated. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of going horribly. I don't know why, but we're gonna make do. We're gonna switch to MIG. So what I'm attempting to do is to like tack it and just kind of walk it, using the vise to clamp it and keep pressure on the area to keep it from deforming. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm just making this up as I go. I feel like such a hack right now. I just not really sure of another way to do it, and I don't really have time, so to kind of keep it from blowing through, what I'm doing is I'm putting basically a tack down, and then as soon as it stops glowing, I hit it with another tack to, because again, the time thing. But I wanted to at least cool down and kind of solidify, so it's, you know, we're not just, that's why I'm not running a bead. At least in my mind, it makes sense that, I don't know, I feel like the bead would get too hot and would start to blow. I don't know if I'm doing it. I don't know what I'm doing. It's kind of working though. It's kind of working. So we're gonna keep doing this. We'll see how far we get. Whoa. I think I stretched it. I mean, this isn't right, but it's fucking working. Something to be said for that, I think. Using the side of the grinding wheel. Shaved time. You know, some people, like, you watch, well, really, you know, anyone who knows what they're doing, you know, the fit and finish on these pipes. Yeah. I'm hammering mine into place. V1, remember that. Version 1. Downpipe number 2 will be stainless, and we'll spend a week on it if we have to make it perfect. Last little bit. We're gonna try to redeem ourselves on the flange here. I have little confidence it'll work. Hey. Yeah, I'm almost done. Just let me finish welding this up. I'll be right in, okay? So now that this is cooled down, let's clean it up. And I will fully admit, I had a blow through down here, so I'm gonna clean the inside up as well. All of this is gonna get wrapped anyway, so I'm not super... I shouldn't be super concerned with the aesthetic, but I want these bumps gone, so I wish I were a better person. I can just see it. First track outing. All these welds just blow wide open. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. First, we got to get to the track. So now that we're all cleaned up, I'm thinking it's aluminized steel, right? It's kind of meant to just get the car working, but I don't know, man. I kind of want to like, so the wrap's not going to go down all the way, right? So I kind of want to like polish the tip. I don't even know if you can. Can you even polish aluminized steel? I mean, if you take off the aluminum coating, it's going to rust faster. Well, we could. I do have the clear coat. Fuck it. Let's try to polish this this end up. And we'll see where we get. If it sucks, then we know. You know. It's a little bit of a digression, but whatever. What else is new? I don't know. Let's see what happens. It's not a mirror finish, but I mean, there's the comparison, right? Let's see if I can get it in both shots. There you go. That's the difference. It's something. I don't know. All right. Now, probably shouldn't have polished that. Anyway, I need the O2 sensor to be somewhere in this area. I don't want it to be in the way of these things. I'm gonna say it right there. So now that the O2 bung's welded in, it's time to attach this end of the downpipe. Now, because it's so short, it doesn't need a ton of reinforcement, but we definitely don't want it to only be attached at the turbo. So I found these 2 spots that were available in the transmission. Handily, they're 8x1.25 thread, and I had some spare bolts, so I just threw those in there, cleaned the threads up. Everything's good to go. So basically all now we need to do is create a bracket that attaches to the transmission, and then another bracket that attaches to the downpipe itself, and then we'll connect the two. I'm thinking somewhere back here with one of these exhaust grommets, and then that way we'll have a secure connection to keep the downpipe from vibrating too much, but it will have a little bit of inherent flex with that grommet, so it should be good to go. Voila. So let's go over to the car. We'll get this side of the bracket figured out, and then that'll tell us how much this needs to stick off the downpipe to make it work. Get a measurement on these bosses. They're at 250 on either side. It should be plenty. The problem I think we're having is that it is so close. Versus if we stick it back here, we'll definitely have more room. So I think we need a longer piece. Hold on. Alright, so this is the shape of the bracket, how it sits on this bracket. So, I'm thinking is to kind of keep it interesting, is we'll knock this down to like there. And just in case you're wondering, the reason why I'm doing it like this and welding it to another piece of pipe to weld to the downpipe itself is if you weld this directly to the downpipe, now you've got a spot for it to flex and break, and that's the brackets break off, you get exhaust leaks. So this will, just like when you're building a roll cage, you put it on a pedestal. This will disperse the load, across this plate onto the downpipe itself, so you don't have this thing rocking on there trying to rip holes in it. So, all right, let's get this cut down, and then we'll start tacking it all together. Now, well, I mean, I don't think it's going to be really any different, but I have to know. So let's see what it sounds like. That's awesome. Oh, it smells great. I'm detecting notes of
flawless victory.
And there it is. The exhaust is done. It's not ideal. It's not exactly what I wanted. I don't know if it needs to be higher, if it needs to come out like the center between the tail. I don't know. There's a lot of aesthetic decisions we can make later on. It doesn't prevent us from driving the car, and it does what I wanted it to do, and that's to get the exhaust out the back of the car, not just dumping out of that junkyard. Downpipe also flips the oxygen sensor from the driver's side to the passenger side because I want to get those start tightening up the wiring, and that's where all the wires are going to run anyway. So I wanted to kind of tackle that while we were there. So 2 birds, 1 stone. It's done. Good to go. So next up is the cooling system, and we have a very important, very big box that guy that you'll see in the next episode. But that's a wrap for this one. So thanks as always for hanging out. I will see you next time.